how do we have to shape that? Well, I've watched UC Berkeley, interestingly enough, in the last year, and it came about because of a major technology failure on the campus, one that was internationally embarrassing. The email program went down. Nobody on campus during finals had access to email. Not a good thing, because they acted in this bureaucratic manner. Man, have they changed. I've seen initiatives that used to take 10 years to go through are done in 2 months. Because somebody went, clearly we can't operate this anymore when it comes to technology. We're going to have to talk about it later and move.
Well, and that was what we played the devil. We're working on, not to get too much into technology, but all of us are collaborating through a wiki. So it's kind of like an online, we can chat and give input, we can talk to each other. It's our own, it's like a business Facebook. There you go. So we're doing that, and then as we wanted to make comments about a discussion, one of the attendees pulled up their phone and said, well, let's punch into this and let's make our comments. And oh, look, I'm blocked. I can't input anything right now. So just that in itself, but that goes back to policy. So the district, I don't know.
It has to happen.
Yeah, it does have to happen, and it's exciting.
To the fact that it has to happen.
To me, it's exciting that your parameters are putting parameters on making this move forward, and you can see the timeline, it's moving fast. By November, we need to start having some sort of rough concept of what's going on.
Well, so one of the things I think that Jenny brought up earlier last year, 2 years ago, whenever we started on this, but it was, as we've had frustrations before, a lot of the administration and the teachers don't know what's possible.
Yeah.
And, and giving them actually some assistance before saying, what are you guys doing, what you want, because they don't even know what they want.
Right.
And that's my biggest issue, being on the foundation for Pleasantville Education. We got a bunch of grants, but at one school, I had one teacher asking for Nooks and one asking for Kindle Fires, and I thought, okay, you've already got a problem in that they've got 2 different technologies.
Yeah.
And so you had people asking for iPads with massive memory when if they're going to have Wi-Fi, they don't need all that memory. You just,
well, that's a big conversation.
It was indicative of lack of knowledge on possibility and what's going to happen and what's coming down the road very shortly in what the teachers were requesting, that they were sort of not being guided, not being helped, not being really shown what's out there and what may be possible in a fairly short period of time.
I think that's a big topic of the conversation, and that's why if you see in April, that Chris Walsh travels, he's fortunate, he's a parent that lives in the school district, and he travels internationally teaching 21st century learning and digital technology learning. So that's his specialty. So he spoke, and so yeah, that's a big part of trying to figure out who's at. So getting people that are mentoring and looking the technology, okay, maybe the baseline will be that every school will have, document cameras, and that'll be the minimal baseline, and from there schools and different technologies, and then you're going to have, looking at training and different things, and yeah, exactly what you're saying. Yeah, it's a big can of worms.
Is there somebody from the outside that sits on that committee?
That the consultant is, where is my phone? Or let me pull up. Her name is, let me pull her up here. Ralph had a question, and then I can pull up here too what's going on.
I know that the Pleasantville Education Commission, when we did some roundabout way, when we did a career forum, had the actual head of educational liaison for Microsoft come as part of that discussion. And one of the things he kept kind of asking was, hey, would anybody like to talk to me about anything? He was literally kind of funny about it. Nobody ever asked me any questions. I would love to consult. I would love to,
That's kind of my question.
Now they